What's up?
I'm just seeing who the Falcons are playing today. Oh, 49ers. That's going to be a slaughter.
So, my dad got a my guy. My dad got the. So I'm just gonna. This is just gonna be episode 3. It's just the other one. We already said our goodbyes. So, fucking. Yeah, my dad. My dad had the game pulled up on the big computer downstairs, but yeah, we normally do Reddit NFL streams, but
I love Reddit NFL streams.
I guess you haven't visited it today because apparently they got a copyright lawsuit and they can't.
Finally.
They can't. That's what I mean. I was like, oh
it's
shit.
been up for like 3 years.
I was like, oh shit. But then I was thinking, how did that not get yanked on the first game? I mean, think of how much money an NFL package costs.
Dude, I watched the Super Bowl on Reddit.
Yeah, how the fuck did it get? How the fuck did it last?
You can watch college games on there too. You can watch anything.
You can watch anything. Yeah, I used to...
Buff Streams HD, man.
Yeah, it's... Yeah, you can only... there's always kind of a feeling when it's like too good to be true. Yeah. You know, when you find like a movie website or something and it's like I watched Avengers the day it came out.
Yeah, in-game.
Yeah. Fucking, it was like filmed in China, but like...
It's like Chinese subtitles across the bottom.
Yeah. And like, yeah, the corners were kind of dimmed because it was actually being... So, but some people were saying it was like... Some people were saying they were live streaming it on Reddit. And it was just like... It was like... So literally you could watch it at midnight the day it came out, as it came out. And you got to think, I mean, one dude with a phone in there could be live streaming it. I mean, you can see how many people are watching. You know how some streams will say this many people here. When I was watching it, it was like 53,000 people here. And I was just like, that's $10 a ticket. Like, that's $500,000 they're not getting.
My favorite ones are on Twitch. Like, guys will watch UFC fights, but they'll film it through their sunglasses. They're like mirror reflective sunglasses. It's called art. Like,
Jesus. Dude,
man.
copyright laws are like
creative, man.
What? Oh no, no, because I mean, so much like shit that I've used before, like using songs or using videos and like, you know, just stupid films. I mean, like 30-second meme videos I'd make. Yeah, you always got to mirror it, you got to crop it, and then you got to change the saturation. And if you do that, it's considered different work. So like, yeah, like right now the game my dad's watching, you can see it's like cropped in, like you can't see the score, but it's like someone's like, "Yep, this is my interpretation of, you know, something or whatever." Like, but I was thinking like copyright laws are such like a I'm not touching you kind of like, you can't hit me, I'm not touching you. It's so much like that. It's like, no, it's flipped, it's rotated. I changed the hue to purple. It's art now. And it's like, fuck you. You're live streaming Endgame. Yeah, man. But,
man.
Yeah, so for anyone in the future watching this, or I have more than just myself subscribing, this is episode 3 because we cut the other one because I was going to go watch the Patriots-Bengals on December 15th, 2019. But apparently Reddit got a DMCA, a copyright lawsuit.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so I was literally like, I couldn't pull it up. And I was like, oh, fuck. I was like, I wonder if Jared will text me back.
Yeah, no, I just had to let the pup out. And then I don't have anything else to do today, so.
What'd you say you'd... Let me throw the ball to the...
Yeah, I sent the ball to my dog. He's went to the beach for the weekend, so I'm house sitting.
What kind of dog is it?
It's a German Shepherd.
Is it a Nazi?
Nah, it's all black. So.
Did you not hear what I said?
Yeah.
I said, is it a Nazi?
Yeah.
I was like, what? So when you were doing your podcast, did you guys how did you do it? Did you you had set topics, right?
Yeah, we would set a topic at the beginning of the week, and then we would kind of fumble through that during the week. Film on Friday. After we do that, we come back in the living room. We just bullshit, watch videos and stuff like that. So we come up with another idea.
Yeah.
And then talk about that for a little bit, and then over the week, kind of fumble through it again.
Yeah.
Because that was the whole. I mean, that was the whole podcast. We're just fumbling through stuff. Trying to figure out, what's good information, what's not good information.
Yeah. I think your best.
Literally impossible.
Yeah, your best title was Sex Bezos. Sex
Bezos. Sex Bezos.
Yeah. That
was a wild episode. That one came out of nowhere.
That one and you had a good, what was it? The one turning pollution into diamonds.
Yeah, that was the first one we did.
Dude, my butt's itchy. That one was interesting.
Yeah,
my problem is like I can like start on a. Oh, are you vaping?
Yeah.
I thought you were just continually biting your thumb. I was like, man, your fingernails gotta be gone by now. Yeah, my problem is if I started with a topic, I think I'd start strong for like a couple episodes, and then I would just grow to hate it because I'd be like, I don't want to stick to this one thing.
Yeah,
that's why.
I think that's kind of what happened to us. We were like, man, I don't like finding new shit every single time. And because it was all so niche. It was so we're and I think everybody kind of feels like
hold on,
devices are ruining their lives. So
hold on, I'm gonna grab a pillow. Yeah. Ironically enough, I started a podcast with that feels so much better. A guy from Valdosta, Alex Etheridge, and we did it like fall 2017. We only did one episode. We did like a 3-hour episode. It was fun as fuck, but like we were trying to stick to these really condensed topics. And it instantly became work. And we were just like, fuck, we just stopped. We were just like, I don't want to. And I started one with my two cousins called Warlords.
Yeah.
And
is that not what this one is?
No, this one's just mine.
Okay. What's this one called?
So my name's Thomas Patrick Harrigan.
Yeah.
TPC. Tommy's podcast, TPC.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I was like, well, because I started one with my cousins, and like, we go deep into like conspiracies and shit, and both my cousins are just like, decked to the gills with weapons, like ready for the apocalypse, and like I'm gonna do that one later today. That one's fun as fuck. But I was like, I want to have I have so many like just unique friends. And I was like, I want to interview them. I want to talk to them. And they're like, what are you going to talk about? And I was like, this is instantly turning into like
work.
And I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to start my own Tommy's podcast. And so I went to I was like, I need to get the email. I was like, there's no way Tommy's podcast is holy shit, it's available. Email, Reddit, Twitter, Instagram, Imgur, YouTube. I got it for all of them. Tommy's podcast. And I was like, what?
That's
I
awesome.
was like, well, shit, it was meant to be.
Yeah, I had an idea the other day for a drop servicing company, and
don't say it. Don't say the name.
Oh no, I already got the name saved and everything.
Oh, you did?
I bought the domains and everything.
Yeah, good.
It was Camp Cold Call. I was like, how the fuck is that available? Like, just not even like .ag. It was campcoldcall.com. It was completely unavailable.
Yeah, like when I started my apparel company, F2S2. I searched it first. I was like, the domain's not taken. It's like a week later, I got my company incorporated. and I went to get the domain, and it was taken. I was like, what the fuck? And so I looked up. Apparently, if you have an idea for a domain, don't look it up, because there are programs to basically scan the net to see who's looking up which domains.
Really?
And if something's searched, someone will go grab it, so now you can sell it to them. So a domain that would cost you $5 a year, now someone has it and goes, how about $50? Like, so it's, you're not, when you want a domain, you're supposed to go in and with the intent of, like, you go in with the intent of purchasing that. So you just,
there's only $12 for the year, so it's like, well, even if I don't use it, I'm not even going to know that that's gone. Like, it's $1.
Yeah. So, yeah. But yeah, I got Tommy Podcast. And I was like, I don't even have a unique name. It's not like my name is Balthazar or something. Like
Tommy.
Yeah, podcast. Okay, podcast. Everything is going to be taken, but Tommy. I was like, what? So I started that, and I was like, I want my own thing where I can literally just talk to whoever about whatever. And it's also so much easier to get people on. They're like, what's the topic? Do I need to prepare? I'm like, fuck off, dude.
Yeah, I think that's what
come with a good attitude and an internet connection. Like,
that's what makes Joe Rogan's podcast so good. Is he's just like a naturally curious guy. So he just wants to know things about you, and they're all super weird things you would never even think to ask him. So.
I started listening to him in 2011, like a year after. I think I started listening before he got to 100 episodes. So I was like listening as it was like blowing the fuck up. And that's one thing I just kept noting to myself over all the years. I was like, everyone's like, how's it become so popular? How do you mimic like the Rogan experience? I'm like, it's because the reason why it's so popular is it's because the one most people can relate to. It's just a conversation. Like, the news is like, we have this and it's blah, 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 versus this is like talking to you. And it's like very quickly it devolves into like, burning traffic cones. Like,
and they're like, well, they fact check everything that they say on there too. So that's where you can get really pure raw news from. Yeah, which is always See,
I don't have a fact check, so everything I say, I always say like.
That's why we called it little to no evidence, man. We didn't fact check anything. We just said shit.
I never knew that was why. I was just like, fuck it.
Dude. There's little to no evidence of this being true. So,
rumor.
Here you go. Jeff Bezos used to send raunchy sex.
Dude, you could shit, man. You could start a podcast.
The whole thing was just a disclaimer.
You could start a podcast called like Rumor Has It. Rumor has it.
Oh man, I'm about to go take all those domains right quick.
Yeah, do it, man. I mean, shit, this isn't uploaded yet, so.
Be like TMZ.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
TMZ of the news.
Just start slandering. Just be like, rumor has it, like Tommy rapes puppies. Now, I haven't talked to him in several years, but I know he has a dog and I know he has a dick. So.
I don't know this dude at all, but
yeah.
If I was a betting man, I'd say he probably did that
shit. Now, can we get a fact check on that? No, we'll be back. If I was a betting man, I'd say he did that shit. Yeah, man. What's your craziest memory from the frat house in Valdosta? I think mine might be getting blackout, graffitiing the walls, and shooting bottle rockets at each other. Because there was like gunpowder, like burns on the walls for the next like year.
Me and Ish used to live together, and we got one of the the mill. You probably were there after the mill came up. It was like an arcade that had a pizza buffet at it. It was basically like a Chuck E. Cheese for people over 13. And so Colby Hall worked up there, and he gave us a call one day. He's like, "Hey, Tony's dropping off some of these games outside. Like, he doesn't have any more room in his warehouse. If y'all want one, y'all can come up here and get it." So cool. So we go up there, and I was thinking it was going to be like an arcade box, but it was like one of those bikes, like the riding bike games. And I was like, oh, fuck yeah. So I called, 4 pledges up there. We lift this 1,000-pound machine. It was from like the 80s probably. And I mean, it was old as shit.
Vacuum tubes.
And, yeah, it was just old. And we get it up on this truck. So, it weighs like 200 pounds, just like because it has 2 TVs in it. So it probably weighed like 400 pounds. And so we get this thing lifted on there. We put the 2 bikes up on the second truck, and we take it over to the house. Well, behind the fraternity house was that little shitty white house. You remember that?
Yeah.
So that's where me and Ish lived. It was like 500 square feet.
Dude,
so I bring this thing home, and Ish is like, where the fuck are you going to put this? I was like, okay, well, we have an extra room, so I can just squeeze it in there. Well, the extra room was like around a corner, so you couldn't get it in there. I was like, okay, well, I bet it'll fit perfectly in my bedroom. And it did fit perfectly in my bedroom. So I had my bed pushed all the way to the left against the wall. I had to take my bed out of the room first to get it. And so I take my bed out of the room. We wheel this thing in here and get it pressed up against the wall. And my bed will fit, like it touches the side of the thing because I didn't have a very big room. So it touches the side of this machine. So now every morning when I wake up, I have to step over a motorcycle to get like my shit. So I got to get all my stuff in the morning. I got to step over this fucking motorcycle. And I used it for like 3 weeks straight, and I broke all the high scores on it. And then I was like, all right, I'm fucking done with this shit. But then I couldn't fucking, pledgeship was over, and I was like, how the fuck am I going to get this thing out of here? So at the end of the year, I had to pay like 5 guys to come in and help me move this fucking giant piece of metal.
Yeah, man.
It was definitely the worst idea I've ever had. Yeah, but it was worth it for 3 weeks.
It's a weird hollow feeling when you no longer have pledges.
Yeah.
It's like
damn, I shit myself.
Yeah, it's like it's kind of like what they call like a book hangover. Like if you finish I don't read, but like apparently if you read a good book afterwards, it's like you kind of get this feeling of like you can't really start a new book right away, or I guess it's like if you finish like a Netflix series or something. It's kind of like that. Like you're so used to not cleaning, you're so used to having DDs, you're so used to having anyone go get your food. Afterwards, you're just kind of like,
damn it.
Yeah, fuck.
And I think a lot of that has to do with like right now, I really want to go get a Gatorade or something. Like, why would I ever leave this house though?
Yeah. Versus like, hey, bring me a Gatorade.
Yeah, it's like, yo, bring me a Gatorade and a king size Reese's cup. Like,
and it just appears.
It just shows up.
Someone walks through your front door with
a delivery fee,
button down in a tie, pressed khakis. Here you go.
Pressed khakis.
Here you go.
Here you go, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Not only that, and then you can make them do anything. Spin around 3 times. Get the fuck out of here.
Get out of here.
I think it was the pledge class above mine, or some alumni called some pledge. I think they called some pledge from Valdosta, and they had him drive up to Athens because he had gone up for the weekend. And he was like, the guy got there, and it was literally something like he was hungover, staying in his friend's house, and he was like, came up to found the address. The kid got there, it's like a 7-hour drive. And he was like, he came into the room, he's like laying in the bed, he was like, hey, get me that water.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and there was like a water on like a bedside table, like 10 feet away. Brought it to him. He's like, all right, get the fuck out of here.
Oh my god.
It was a 14-hour round trip.
That's a fucking nightmare.
Yeah, I don't think I would do that to a pledge.
No, I don't think I'd ever. I think I would just drive back home, and that would be the end of my pledgeship.
I'd be like, fuck this.
Fuck
they're not paying you for gas. Fuck off. You ask for gas, you're gonna get like smacked.
I always had a lot. There was always some good guys there that would give you $10.
Yeah, no, there's always it always balanced out. There's always cool brothers that would make up for all the fucking psychopaths.
All the shitty, all the fucking psychos.
Really, the psychopaths. Like, and I say that because I was definitely a psychopath. I was definitely someone that like. I hazed for the sake of hazing. Like there was no means to an end. I wasn't teaching you a lesson. Like, it wasn't like the lesson you learned, like, don't throw your homie under the bus. Like, you could actually get some good lessons out of playship. Like, learned through like sweat and tears.
Yeah.
But then there were brothers like myself who you weren't getting anything. There was not only like, were you gonna not enjoy this? I wasn't gonna give you a life lesson either. Like, you were just gonna walk around on your hands and feet because I wanted you to act like a dog. Like, and for every person like me, there was like a cool brother. Yeah. Yeah.
You just had to not let those people get a hold of you.
Yeah. Dude, did you ever have to deal with Patrick Waldrop?
No, I did not.
Patrick Waldrop graduated like 3 years before I was a freshman, but he was still always there. But he was like the worst hazer in like Valdosta. He was terrifying. And did you ever meet him?
I don't think so.
Oh, well, I mean, as soon as you're initiated, I mean, to this day, he's like one of the friendliest guys in the world. He's just always like, you get like, I hadn't talked to him in probably like 7 or 8 years, and I texted him like last summer or something. He's like, "Hey, big man, how you doing?" He's going through, like, he's like, "Oh, just checked out your Instagram, dog." He's like, "You're losing weight. Good job, man. Like, happy to see you." Just like, he's the nicest guy in the world. But like, when you were pledged, dude, he had the loudest fucking yell. He used to yell to, like, I shit you not, like, he kind of like the windows would do this. They would kind of rattle. It was insane. And I remember it was during like I think it was during like homecoming week, which I personally think is worse than Hell Week. But I remember he like called like Bova. He was like, bring a couple pledge brothers, bring some of your P-bros to my house. You guys are gonna like rake the leaves, which means like you're just gonna get hazed for 12 hours. Like, but I remember Bova went, and he was like, Bova was like the pledge secretary, and he was like texting all of us. He's like, "Yo, need a couple pledge brothers." Like no response. We're all getting the same text, obviously. And he's like, "Need a couple pledge brothers," and like no one responded. Like 10 minutes went by. He's like, "Hey, Waldrop's gonna haze me if my pledge brothers don't show up." No responses. "Guys, please, will someone just show up?" No responses. "Guys, somebody, please." No responses. Like 3 a.m, we get a text from Bova. "Man, fuck all y'all." I was on fucking bows and toes and mud for the last 11 hours. Like, everyone's, "Oh shit, man, sorry, I didn't know." But me and Cal.
I didn't get any of those.
No, yeah, sorry, man. We're out in Madison's house, like fucking hanging it. You ever hide with your pledge brothers, like fucking Anne Frank?
Oh, dude, yes.
You throw your phone on airplane mode. You all hide. You're like it's kind of like you all killed someone. It's like, hey, we all gotta hide the body. You're all there, and it's like, so we're all ignoring these texts together. Like, okay, yeah.
Man, rough stuff.
I remember it was during it's like first round of book sigs, and it was like 2 a.m. And it was me, Cal, and Quinn, and we had to go to the Lee's house, and maybe it was Hell Week. I don't know. But I remember, remember Brent Carter?
Mm-mm.
His nickname was Tree. He was 6'6". Yeah, dude, he was 6'6", like 280. Fucking massive. And he played baseball in high school. And so when he paddled, I mean, he got hurt. Like, so we went to get, I think it was paddle sigs, and we like went with Quinn, and me and Cal had already filled up our paddles, and Quinn was like, "I gotta get one more." It's like 1 a.m. on a Friday, literally like the witching hour of pledges, and it's like, dude, just it's better to ask for forgiveness than to answer a text. Quinn was like, I gotta do this, and so we went there, and they were like, "Yo, go get me some like toilet paper." Like, I'm out of whatever. Like, I thought it was gonna be like an easy sig. So like we drive to Walmart, we get the toilet paper, we leave. It's like 2 a.m. now. And me and Cal are in the back seat of Quinn's truck, and Quinn's driving. He's like, all right, yo, I got to go up and get my paddle stake. Well, then we go. We're like, all right, we'll go. And Quinn runs up there, and we're like, hey, Quinn, don't tell him that we're here. Like, you're the only one that needs to get a signature. Don't tell him that we're here. And he's like, yeah, man, I got you. It's Stephen Quinn. Like, of course he's going to lie. And so he runs up there. Like, a couple minutes go by, and me and Cal are looking at each other. We're like, what the fuck? How come he's not back yet? And Quinn comes out the front, at the top of the hill. Did you ever go to the Lee brothers' house? We'd always do.
I know they are.
Okay,
but I went to
their house is on top of a hill. So Quinn comes out. We see like the lights like illuminating from behind, and he comes out, and we're like, "What's he doing?" We just see his silhouette at the top of the hill, and he's going, like, come in, and we're like, "What the fuck, Quinn?" And we're like, let's just not do it. And then we see like Brent Carter and like the two Lee twins like poke their head out. And we see Quinn talking and he's pointing at the truck. And we're like, what the fuck? And Cal goes, I'm not doing this. And I go, fuck. Cal hops from the back seat over the console into the driver's seat, turns the ignition, and just leaves. Turns the lights off so they can't see where we're going. And he just leaves. And he goes, fuck Quinn. Literally, Grand Theft Auto. We just took his truck. Quinn didn't live in the dorms. We just went back to the dorms, and he was like, "Fuck that shit." So Steven didn't have a truck, so he had to stay there all night. Yeah. Did you ever go to like Walmart or Costco with Grant?
No, I didn't. Grant was a little older than me.
Grant was in my class.
Yeah. Y'all left.
No, I don't mean in pledge-up. I just mean in general. Did you ever go to like Walmart?
No, I've never been to Walmart with Grant.
No. It's a very niche request. But did you go there with him at like 2 a.m? And he'd be like, yeah, I need to get some like paper towels, a little bit of beer, some cereal. And he would just be like, just act like you paid. And he'd just walk out.
Oh my god.
And you'd be like, dude, I don't want to be involved with this. He'd be like, dude, you like get some dog food. Like I don't have any like. So you just walk out. You're like, just follow me. You just walk out, get in the truck, and just leave. And you'd be like, Grant. And he'd be like, yeah, no, it's fine. They don't care. They're all high. Like, you're like, man,
that's not wrong.
Yeah, and I'd be like, dude, I don't think they're stoned. He's like, no, I mean, like, they're literally like junkies. He'd be like, oh, Valdosta, baby.
Yeah, I think the most traumatizing thing about college was I was like failing accounting one time because I took it like 3 times. So I was failing accounting, and I went to Crystal late night one night. I was like studying for a test. So I went to Crystal, and Crystal used to have these waffle fries, and they were like Arby's French fries or like Checkers French fries, but they were like waffle fries, and they were the shit, dude. It's like, all right, I'm going to get a large thing of waffle fries and whatever else I got from Crystal. And so I ordered the waffle fries, and they're like, yeah, we don't serve those anymore. What? Like, this is I'm trying to late night snack right now. This is bullshit. So it's probably 11 o'clock. And I go from there over to Wendy's. I was like, fuck that. I'm not going to eat at Crystal's if I can't get a waffle fries. So I go over to Wendy's, and Wendy's takes spicy nugs off the fucking menu. And then I failed my test the next day. And it was a fucking nightmare, dude. I thought I was in hell. I can't get over that night, and I think about it. And then I got a little redemption when Wendy's came back with spicy nugs, but the waffle fries from Crystal never returned, and I'm frustrated about it.
I can see the pain. I can see the pain in your eyes.
To say the least, I'm very frustrated about it. So.
Have you had the new chicken sandwich from Popeyes?
I've not. Have you?
What?
I haven't. Have you?
I have.
Good?
Better than Chick-fil-A.
Oh, wow. See, I've heard nobody say that, actually.
Dude, and I'm a Chick-fil-A addict. We used to get free tickets to the Peach Bowl because my dad's in like poultry resale, so he provides everything to all of them. I love Chick-fil-A. Like, let me like preface it with that. I love Chick-fil-A. I've had the Popeye sandwich on 2 occasions now, a month apart. Plenty of time to mull it over in my mind. On both occasions, I've said the same. It's better than Chick-fil-A. And that's not to say Chick-fil-A's isn't good. Chick-fil-A's is the best chicken sandwich there is. The new Popeye's chicken sandwich is better. And I almost feel unfaithful saying that. I feel like I'm cheating.
You're probably going to hell just for saying that.
Probably. I'll make it up and just hate some gay people. Chick-fil-A will be okay. But
Evens out.
Dude, Chick-fil-A is such a microcosm of the South. Like, home cooking, like, you're going to get fat eating there, but they're so friendly. Not open on Sunday. We love everyone except gays. like, oh man, it really is like Satan behind the mask.
Yeah, did you see they're not going to donate to like FCA anymore and Salvation Army?
What's FCA?
Fellowship of Christian Athletes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so apparently I can't really speak on it just because I'm not totally sure of the whole thing. But it was something about...
You signed an NDA?
Yeah, there's something about a bunch of SJWs have been protesting that Chick-fil-A donates to those organizations, so I don't think they donate to them anymore because something about Salvation Army doesn't allow trans people in their homeless shelters or something like that, and FCA doesn't support LGBTQ.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, man, I figured after True and Kathy died, they probably don't give a shit.
Yeah.
they're just like, man, we'll fucking run this charade as long as it's profitable. Like, they don't give a fuck. Like,
yeah, they just have the best employee. That's like the only thing that sets them apart really from other fast food restaurants is like the customer service there is actually incredible. Like, it's incredible. You go to like a Burger King or something, they're like, "What the fuck do you want?" Like, how dare you come here at lunchtime?
Yeah. The audacity.
What do you want? Yeah, I'm not fucking making that.
Yeah, you bottom feeder scum fuck. Like, yeah, man. There's some fucking meme. I can't remember what it is, but it's like Chick-fil-A, and it's like, number 7, thank you very much. That's how much change it'll be. Like, have a blessed day. Come around to the second window, and it's like, and then it's like Burger King. It's like, hold up, what you want, fam? It's just like, yeah, you want burger? Like, all right, you come up and you. Yeah, man. I don't know. You know, I might say, like, as good as Chick-fil-A's is, I kind of like the automated kiosk.
Yeah, dude, I love the automated kiosk at McDonald's. Like, I don't have to deal with any of their bullshit.
To me, that's a step above good customer service.
Yeah.
Because the reality,
just let me do it myself.
The reality is like, I don't want to talk to anyone. I don't want to fucking, like, I don't want to look you in the eye. like
that's why self-checkout is getting more and more abundant. Like, you go into a grocery store and it's like, they have 7 self-checkout kiosks. Like,
yeah. I don't want.
And one person working a line.
I don't fucking want to talk to you, dude. Like, I'm here to get fucking, dude, I'm here to get deodorant and crackers. Like, I don't want to, like, hey, how you doing? Like,
my least favorite interaction at a grocery store is when I'm making something specific for like a game day, and I put all the ingredients down because that's all I'm making is that one thing. So I have like all the ingredients and they're going through, and she's like, "Oh, what are you making?" And I have to like explain the whole thing, and it's like really uncomfortable.
Yeah. There's a guy at my local grocery store who's like 80. His name's Bob. But Bob's the man because Bob wants to talk to you less than you want to talk to him. So if you go to Bob, it's not awkward because you already know each other and you already know that you don't want to talk.
Yeah.
So if you go to anyone else, there's still like a general like, hey, how you doing? What do you? If you go to Bob, you see Bob, and there's just like an icon. There's just like a quiet like acknowledgement. You go there, you won't say a fucking word and put everything down. You could be getting like condoms, Nutella, and a pocket knife, and he would just be like, he's just literally, this bedside light, that light's giving me a headache. But yeah. Yeah, man.
Those are always the best employees. They're like, all right, let's do this. Let's get this transaction
let's
out
not
of the
fucking
way.
talk. Like the guy at the gym. Yeah, whenever I get like a pre-workout drink, there's no like, all right, it's just hold it up. He nods, I nod. All right, good talk, man. Like I don't want to. Yeah.
Dude, so have you ever had like where do you work out at? What gym?
It's Powerhouse.
Have you ever worked out at like a Crunch Fitness?
I think.
So these Crunch Fitness is like $10 a month, and they have an attendant at the front that you can give your phone to like, here, if you'll hold on to my phone for me. Well, my buddy didn't have a passcode on his phone and gave the attendant his phone, and the dude logged onto his Facebook and posted Crunch ads on like all of our groups. And I was like, apparently they do it to everybody, and it's on some waiver you sign. If you hand over your phone, if we can get access into it, we're going to post ads. What, what the fuck? Like,
okay, first of all, that's weird as fuck.
Like,
first and foremost, that's just fucking weird. But almost as concerning is like, unless you're the owner of like Crunch Fitness, why the fuck would you give a like? If you're the owner, I can see it like spam your company, whatever. But dude, if you're just there making minimum,
yeah, why are you logging on to people's Facebook?
What the fuck
and
do you
posting
give a
this
shit?
cringy shit?
Why would you just not tell your boss? Nope, every phone was locked. Like,
yeah.
Why? Like, what incentive do you have? Like,
yeah, because they don't share it to like their personal status. They share it from. They like go to their Crunch Fitness webpage.
They're going for the kill. They're going for the kill. Yeah.
Post to all pages. Like
that's almost like a. It's almost like a terrorist attack. Like,
yeah.
You're not going for the individual. You're going for the group.
Yeah, going for everybody.
Like, oh yeah, I'm not sharing this individually. I'm going to your. You're part of UGA student housing. Like,
yeah, because I noticed it, and it was like. Probably
what a weird thing.
It was a couple weeks ago, and he had posted it to like a spring break 2013 group, and I commented on it. I was like, Santos, do you work for Crunch? And is it like, do you have to have some like quota for your advertisement? I'm not like, I wasn't down in your hustle. I was just wondering like, why are you posting it here?
Yeah.
And he got a notification like on his smartwatch from me commenting on it. Went back to the attendant. He's like, dude, what the fuck? And he messaged me. He's like, dude, thanks for commenting on that. I didn't realize I'm posting these like once a week. Because like that's the only reason. It's like, dude, the first time I was like, oh, he probably just got hacked, and then like the third time I was like, are you trying to make money off this?
Like, yeah, man, I respect the game, but like, just curious.
Just pick a different group, man.
Yeah. Spring break 2013. Dude,
definitely strange. I can't believe I was blown away that that's something you can even do.
That's
like,
I mean, if you sign a waiver, I guess, right?
I guess. Like,
it makes me think of like South Park, like the human centipede.
Human centipede.
Do you want the cuttlefish and asparagus or vanilla paste? Vanilla paste or cuttlefish and asparagus? Have you seen 6 Days to Air?
Yeah, it's a great little documentary.
That's the fucking most hilarious thing in the world.
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah.
And then you're like, because it's weird because like the way they do their seasons, they used to do like 20 episode seasons.
Yeah. And
you see those guys, they get like, they're out of the office one day a week, and that's the day it airs.
Yeah.
And then they're up the next morning, back sleeping in their office for the rest of the week. for half the year.
Yeah, I know, and it's like at first glance you're like, what a shitty business model, and then you're like, oh wait, this is South Park.
Yeah.
South Park is like, they're the swinging dick in like the relationship with Comedy Central. Like they do what they want. Like,
yeah. And they're begging to get canceled. Like they want to be canceled.
Oh yeah, you can. They're
probably tired of doing this shit.
Yeah. They don't give a fuck. They absolutely don't give a fuck. Yeah. Matt Parker and Trey Parker and Matt Stone, dude, their independent net worth each is $500 million. Like, that's whenever I think I regret not going to medical school and instead, doing Photoshop or now podcasting or both or whatever, I'll go and I'll just look up clips from like 6 Days to Air, and I'm looking at these guys that are worth $500 million, and they're like in the microphones. They're like, "You heard of Steamy Ray Vaughan? Like, he shits his britches."
But yeah, there's a. Have you seen Book of Mormon yet?
No.
I've not been to see it yet. The tickets are crazy expensive.
Yeah,
like
isn't it? Yeah, isn't it? Is it still playing?
Yeah, it's still playing. It goes on tour every year, and it's like still one of the number one.
Yeah, well, it's won more Tony Awards.
Tony Awards.
Yeah, it's won more Tony Awards than any other fucking Broadway play, right?
Yeah.
That could be little to no evidence. I don't fucking know if that's true.
Yeah, I think it has though.
Yeah, the funny thing is like, apparently there are just like playwrights that are just like furious with Matt Stone and Trey Parker. They're like, "You're coming into like my profession and like making a mockery of it," and they're like, "Dude, we don't vote on the awards." Like,
well, that was when the blowjob episode where they were taking their wives to musicals and stuff, and Brandy makes one completely about blowjobs.
Splooge covered blowjob queen. How about we call it the Woman in White? Oh, an old fashioned.
What a show, man! Yeah. Have you ever seen Mike Tyson Mysteries?
No, is that a South Park?
No, Mike Tyson Mysteries is a show on Adult Swim, and it's fucking Mike Tyson is the voice of Mike Tyson, and he's basically the Scooby-Doo. It's like a Scooby-Doo gang. And Mike Tyson's like fucking Fred. And then he's got like a whole case of carrier pigeons that he walks around with. That's how they get their mysteries, is pigeons come deliver to the door. Dude, it's a fucking insane show.
Adult Swim is another example of that, like, you can make money doing stupid shit.
Dude, just the dumbest shit. They have like Mr. Pickles is a show about some devil dog, and I can't even watch it. It's so bad.
Really?
But it's got like 6 seasons. What? It's awful.
Yeah, man. I remember like the first time I like regularly smoked pot. I was like 15 or something. It was like my freshman or sophomore year of high school, and I'd watch Adult Swim every night over the summer, just like stoned out of my mind. And I remember then like realizing, I was like, oh, this is what Adult Swim's for. It's for people that are really high, like, because it's the only way you can watch this shit.
They have a bunch of just terrible shows on there. Have you ever seen Squidbillies?
Yeah.
Squidbillies is like, be disrespectful to say that's a bad show.
Yeah.
But it's a bad show.
Yeah.
It's just the weirdest show I've ever seen. It's not like where I'm from.
Yeah. I was about to say, yeah. It's about like meth cooking shit.
Yeah, it's about the hills of North Georgia, like right down the street from them.
You're like, oh fuck.
Oh shit.
Hold on. I gotta piss so bad. Hold on. Keep talking, Jared.
All right. Well, while Tom is peeing, I'm not sure what I'm going to do.
How come you're not talking, dude?
Because I don't know what to say. I ran out of things to say.
Dude, do you have your phone with you?
Yep.
So you go to Instagram, and it's this. I think she's the hottest girl in the world. She's also, I think she might be an alien. Do you have it up?
Who is it?
It's fuck. Bakhar, Bakhar. Nabieva, Nabieva, Nabvia.
Jesus.
Did you pull it up? Dude, she has like...
Look at her legs. Oh my god.
I know. She could break your face.
Holy shit.
But dude, look at her eyes. She has like...
Yeah, like contacts.
She has contacts where her eyes are black and her tongue is like a foot long.
Jesus.
Like if there was an alien, what would it look like?
Yes. Jesus.
Yeah.
She's pretty hot though.
She's super hot. She's terrifying.
Yeah, those legs are enormous.
Do you think she could kill you?
Yeah. At the very least, just ruin my life.
How would she ruin your life? Oh, you mean like physically damage you?
No, just emotionally.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, that's what I was gonna say. Like, yeah, man, she looks like she could physically break me. But yeah, no, she could definitely crush your soul.
Yeah, for sure. She'd have me outside her house, just like going through thrift shops trying to find a boombox.
Yeah, I'd just be crying. Like, dude, I was doing security over the summer with this guy that I've done security with before. And he was like showing me this girl he's talking to. I was like, oh, she's pretty cute. And he's like, yeah, but she texts me all the time. Like, so I don't really give a fuck. I'd be like, yeah. And he'd be like, dude, this girl never responds to me. And he's like, I love her. And I was like, yeah, I pulled up on his Instagram. I was like, dude, here's this chick that was modeling my clothes and she won't talk to me anymore. And he's like, yeah. And I was like, yeah, I hate her. I love her. And he was like, why is that the case? And I was like, I don't know, man. And
I don't know, man.
But it's true. It's true, yeah. And
then the one you can't have kind of thing.
Yeah, but then the second you get it, like, do you want it anymore?
Do you want it anymore? Not really. Like, I'm done playing with this.
It really is.
It's like Andy when he drops
it's
Woody
the
in
Andy
Toy Story.
Meme. I'm done.
I don't want to play with you anymore.
That's literally what I thought of with you and your fucking motorcycle.
I'm gonna go fuck Buzz Lightyear.
I don't want to play with you anymore. Oh, I got it. Oh. Fuck off. That
was fun. Well,
yeah. I don't want to play with you anymore. Go away.
Please leave me.
But the thing is like it's the opposite when it's like your guy friends.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna lift a finger to try to hang out with anyone. Like, I want the friend that is like as like apathetic as me. If you want to hang out, like, why not? Like,
sure, whatever.
That's what I want.
Let's just do nothing together. Like,
yeah.
That's how I have a lot of good friendships like that, where it's like,
those are my best friends.
Want to do anything? He's like, no, I really don't want to do anything. He's like, all right, cool. I'll be over in 20. We'll just sit around and play COD for an hour and then throw something stupid on Netflix and sit here on our phones. We won't even talk.
That's literally my best friend. Matt Walker, who I've known since like 2001. It's always a weird timestamp. I've known Matt since 9/11. But like, he lives in Baltimore, and I'll go up and see him like once a month. Literally go in there, like, we'll get a pizza. We'll be talking. We'll be literally just kind of catch up for like 20 minutes watching Family Guy. Then he's like, I'm gonna go upstairs. All right. I'll see him like 20 hours later. I'll be playing Xbox downstairs. He'll be on his computer upstairs. We'll see each other. We'll get some food or something. But it's like, yeah, there's no. That's like I think that's why we hang out with each other, because there's no like.
I have no obligation.
Yeah,
to you at all.
Yeah, like when I come up, it's no like. We get wild, man. Baltimore, let's go out. It's not like I'll show up like, in pajamas, and he'll be in like pajamas. It's understood like we're not going out. I'm not fucking shaving and showering. I'm gonna go drink $19 beers and talk to girls who won't fuck me. Like, do you want to play Madden 2009? Like, yeah. All right, let's do that. Like, I want to smoke cheap pot and eat like old cheese. Like, yeah.
Yeah, that's the backbone of a good friendship, is not having to do anything with anybody.
Yeah. It's kind of like that Family Guy episode where Peter becomes a farmer, and his best friend is the guy he never talks to. We had so many good memories together.
Jesus. Sorry, I got something peeling off my computer.
I don't give a shit, dude.
One of those, I like to pick at things, like imperfections and stuff like that. Like, that's why I just rip off all the labels off my Coke cans and shit. Like, anything on if I ever had a notebook, then it would, like, the plastic on it would start ripping. I would just pick at it until I literally had just a binder. Just the bindings.
Yeah, I pick at him. I think that's why I tear my life apart. Just pick at imperfections.
Picking at shit.
Just pick at imperfections. With my old roommate and my ex-girlfriend, I remember we all took LSD one time. We were like sitting up this is in Athens, we were like sitting up in our attic. We had like tapestries and beanbags up there. We'd always smoke or just take acid and sit up there. But I remember we were up there. Have you ever seen kinetic sand? It's called kinetic sand. It's weird. It's like you can take it and like kind of mush it together, and it's not like normal sand where it instantly falls apart. It'll hold.
Oh yeah.
Hold its form, but then
like that as seen on TV shit.
Probably. Yeah. It's something you get at the mall. Yeah, and but I remember we were just sitting there and we were like, we're all peaking on acid. We're like, kinetic sand is such a good metaphor for life. You work so hard to make these intricate details. And it all just falls apart. Like, you can make a beautiful flower, but in the end, it should decompose.
It'll just wilt.
Yeah, we're like, kinetic sand. We're like, I had so many great plans for you, and it came out to just be a pile of nothing, like my life. Yeah.
That reminds me of like Fight Club. Just the whole meeting in Fight Club. They're always talking about how you're not a special little snowflake.
Yeah.
Just a sad piece of decaying matter.
You're a sad piece of decaying, like the all singing, all crapping shit of the world.
Yeah.
You are not your fucking khakis.
Yeah. I didn't realize that was like why people started calling liberals snowflakes, was that line from that movie.
Really?
Yeah, so it's you're not a special snowflake. Yeah. You're just the same piece of decaying matter that everyone else is. And so they're basically saying that you think you're special, but
fuck off.
Yeah.
It's not that like we're looking down on you. It's that we're all equally shit.
None of us are
None
special.
of us are, okay? None of us.
One of us.
You got a motherfucker like Elon Musk who's like, okay, you know what? If you can establish life on another planet, you're okay. You got something. The rest of us aren't, man. Even athletes, dude, you put a ball in a hoop, fuck off. Like only reason you appear to be worth so much is because you do something that the rest of us can watch while we're just vegetating on a couch. Like
being pieces of shit.
Yeah. Like think of like an alien came to Earth. Like, what do you? So we have this super advanced technology where we have these fucking moving pictures on our wall, and we could broadcast anything at the speed of light throughout the entire world. And what are we doing? We're just watching 5-on-5. Hey, put the ball in the hoop. Put the ball
we're just a bunch of dogs watching people throw the ball around.
Put the ball in the hoop. Like, and then when that season's over, you put the ball in the end zone.
Oh yeah, there's a sports are wild because it's just I don't know how. It's really the drama of it. It's like the realest thing to reality TV you could probably get, I guess. And so it's a feel good kind of thing. You see teams struggle and then you see them conquer.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah.
but then when you really break it down, it's like, well, they're really not doing anything that special. It's spectacular.
No, it's I don't want to pick it apart like some nihilist fuck. Like it is cool. It is like there's a lot of like it is the teamwork. It's you and all your buddies are cheering for the same thing
for society.
It's almost like recreational war.
Yeah,
it's like instead of like a real thing, like hey, they're gonna fucking rape our wives and kill us. Like instead, it's like hey, they're gonna get the trophy. We gotta work harder against them. And there's like real. You're cheering louder. You're out there in the freezing cold. Not me. I don't watch sports, but like this idea that I'm romanticizing. Yeah, you have crazy shit. Like game days in Athens. Yeah, you get together with friends, have the best memories. Everyone comes back, and you kind of bond around it. But ultimately, it's like no, there's no real.
There's no real.
Like I think a real struggle would be like surviving like the Great Depression, or like starvation. Like that's
or like Survivor.
Yeah. But no one wants to do that.
No one wants to watch Survivor anymore either.
Well,
unless you're like a midlife.
Yeah. Unless Karen took the kids and got nothing else to do. You know that Spider-Man meme where it's two Spider-Mans pointing at each other?
Pointing at each other, yeah.
Did you see that meme? It came out yesterday. Where it's Donald Trump and Boris Johnson and they're pointing at each other. Because they both got blonde hair and they're wearing the same suit. I saw that. There's just no caption. There's no agenda. But I was like, that's perfect.
Oh, man. My favorite meme format that's out right now. You ever watch Rick and Morty?
Yes, I love Rick and Morty.
So,
you son of a bitch. I'm in. That was an awesome episode.
That was a great episode.
Because it was so perfect. It's like that's exactly what it was. Yeah, it was almost South Park. It was almost South Park-ish in that it like actually like ripped apart something in real life. Like,
just
like
oceans,
90% of heists are just like sexy drinking and getting their crew together, and it's perfect too. It's the you go meet people you haven't seen in years and they're all like, Sanchez, you son of a bitch. Like, what the fuck are you doing here? And it's like, I'm in.
I'm in.
And it's all about, and then it's all about just like, it's all about like flashbacks to like, actually, we already did that. You
missed this whole part.
Yeah. There's I think the best meme was, it was just like me. Stands up off the couch. My dog. You son of a bitch.
You son of a bitch, I'm in.
It's so true. It's like you stand up, your dog's like, where we rolling?
Yeah, where we going? I'm
in.
standing up too.
Did you watch it last week?
I haven't seen the one from last week. That's probably what I'll do after this is go put that on.
Dude, it's fucking hilarious.
What was this one about? The last one I saw was it's like a Dungeons and Dragons episode. Where all the it's like they go to like some wizard realm where magic's abundant. And
that's the one from last week.
That's the one from last week.
Yeah, there isn't another one.
Whoops.
Yeah,
I'm caught up.
I just don't want to disappoint you. I was gonna be like, dude, there's no new one. There's no one tonight. Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say that one was good.
That was a good one. You ever played D&D?
I have not. Is it fun?
It's a fun game, man. We stream on Twitch. We play on Fridays, and it's a good time.
Wait, is it you stream? Is it?
It's we play on Roll20. We play online.
Oh, it's like you can do it. I thought it was like a physical thing.
Yeah, you can play like IRL.
That's how my friend Matt and his roommate play.
Yeah, so they have an app now called Roll20 where you can play. It's like a virtual tabletop you can play on.
Oh, shit.
Then we just connect through Discord and play through that. So it's like me and Alex Ishmael play, and and then I got a buddy from Jefferson that plays with us, and then it's 2 guys from Alabama that I've never met before, and some kid that lives in Korea. So like we have to play at like weird hours. So we'll play at like 8:30 on a Friday night, and you have to play for it's like a 4 to 6 hour game.
Yeah.
So you'll play, and then but we got to play late. So Austin, when he wakes up, it's like 7 a.m. That's how he starts his fucking day, is rolling fucking dice. But it's a good time. I like it just because it's like you'll have like an adventure, and then you create a character, like you really get into the whole thing of it. But it's the way the story progresses, it just you end up turning your character into a meme. So like you got 5 memes that are like solving a mystery together. It gets fucking hilarious because you're all role playing the whole fucking time.
I bet it's fun as fuck with like a couple good friends. Like,
oh yeah, with a bunch of good friends.
I bet it's a fucking blast.
Yeah, like one of our guys is like a Ninja Turtle, like a reject Ninja Turtle.
Have you ever watched Key and Peele?
Yeah, Key and Peele's great.
Did you have you seen the Key and Peele like Dungeons and Dragons?
I don't think I've seen that one.
Holy shit!
Oh wait, where there's like the hood meets Dungeons.
Yeah, and Dragons. It's like he's like my hood cousin, and he's like, I roll 16 titties pop out.
I take cash out of the cash register.
Yeah, I take the cash. I would like to join him too. I roll 16 titties pop out. I won't be a giant.
Oh man, yeah, it's a amazing game. I just started playing in the last few months, and this group got me in on their campaign. And it's been just a wild ride because I've never done anything like this consistently, honestly, where I play every Friday at like a certain time. We schedule and we stream.
Hell yeah.
We do it weekly. I think we've missed 1 week. That's it.
Yeah.
And if we miss, like usually if we miss, we can make it up the next day. But we'll have to miss next week because we're all going out of town for family stuff. So, it's holiday season. You got to expect that.
I was about to say, what's next week? Like, oh, it's Christmas.
Yeah, it's Christmas. But we got eight loyal stream followers.
Fuck yeah.
We'll have it's always funny because the first night we were streaming, we get probably 6 or 7 streams in, and we were like the only people. We stream our own shit, so I can have an extra screen to see the full map. Mm-hmm. And so we automatically have like 4 guys watching. Well, one night we had like 7. And I was like, that's weird, And then somebody, we're all sitting around talking about, like, Persona 5 or some bullshit video game. And, like, something pops up, like, such and such followed you. I was like, what? It was like 3 a.m. It's just a bunch of dudes sitting around drinking fake energy talking about, how we're going to raid this village and make sure we steal everybody's shit.
Dude, that's I have something like that, but it's been ongoing. Do you have Reddit open? Or do you have a desk or whatever?
Yeah, I can pull it up.
Yeah. Go search. Go to the search bar or whatever. Search. You there? Oh yeah. Search. Search Funner History. FUNNER. Find it?
Yeah, I'm loading it up right now. Oh. All right, cool. Is this your subreddit?
Yeah. So I started
like 10,000 followers. Jesus.
I started that summer 2017, like unofficial. I didn't make the subreddit till this past January, but I literally one day I was like up at like my lake house in New Hampshire. I didn't have internet connection, but on my phone I had my fucking iPhone 4. I had a Photoshop app, and I had like a picture of like a fighter jet. In 1985, the U.S. government shot down one of its own satellites with a fighter jet. They had the fighter jet pull up to like 70,000 feet, and it fired an anti-satellite missile. And it was to scare the Russians or some shit.
Yeah.
So I just thought, like, I was getting really into like conspiracies and shit, and I was like, what if I had this flying with a bunch of like World War II bombers? And then I was like, okay, Roswell, the UFO crash happened in 1947. I was like, what if what really happened was, it was literally just like, I was high and just making up shit. I was like, what if what really happened was we shot down a Nazi satellite 2 years after World War II, and that's what we know as the UFO crash. And so I made that, and I posted it on our Air Force. I was like, hey, planes, like Air Force planes, and I posted it there. And because I'm a love-seeking attention whore, people liked it, and I was like, oh, cool. So like 3 months later, I made another one. I took like a stealth bomber, and I put it with a formation of like Royal Air Force bombers in World War II. And I was like, they're going to suicide Hitler. And I just started making up bullshit backstories. Do one every like 3 months. And it was a combination of people being like, this is cool. It was also a combination of people being like, stop posting on the Air Force subreddit. Because everything is all these, like, you know, it's all this fucking inside jokes about the Air Force that I don't know shit
articles about the Air Force.
Yeah, and it's all about like, hey, when you're a O5 and an E3, and then I'll come in and I'll be like, hey, look, an F-16 in World War. I had one where it was like a fighter jet in like the Civil War. It was like hovering over a bunch of dead Confederate soldiers, and I was like, the government doesn't want you to know, man. And yeah, so it was a combination of people like, this is pretty cool, and as well as like, you know, moderators being like, stop. Because they'd ban me from the sub, but I would just post from a different account, and they'd be like, stop. Because I've got like 23 Reddit accounts, each one I jacked up over the course of 3 years. I jacked up 23 different accounts to 10,000 karma. Oh yeah, I've given you some.
Yeah.
And yeah, because I would just use it to circumvent shit. So I would just go like low hanging fruit. You know, I'd go to like a liberal subreddit or a Republican subreddit, and I'd just post circle jerk memes, jack up the karma, and then once you get past 10,000, there's a lot of things you can like do, you know, without getting like banned or having time limits and shit. Yeah. If you can't tell, I have a thriving social life. But yeah, so finally I started Funner History, just because like the entire idea was it's retarded, and so like, you know, a smart person wouldn't say more fun, they'd say funner. So I was like, fun. So it was like Funner History. So I just started posting, literally just me. It was just me in my subreddit. One subscriber, one person online. Like, it was just me. And I was just posting shit. And finally, like this past summer, I noticed like something. I was like, I didn't make that, did I? Like unless I'm having like manic episodes and I'm not remembering. Like, and I was like, oh, someone else started posting. And yeah, and then like a third person came. And over the last 6 months, it's gone up from me to now it's at 10,500 people. And I was like, what the fuck? And yeah, so now I kind of have fun making, like, what I'll do is I'll like design a plane or a car, and then I'll put like an actual corporation's logo on it, and I'll put specs on it, and I'll try to make it look as real as possible, and then I'll like circulate it in other subreddits, and I'll just be like I made a version of the Tesla truck with like 6 wheels. It's like a 6x6. And I've seen it pop up on other subreddits. I've seen it pop up on Instagram. And people be like, I can't find it on the Tesla website. Like, so, yeah, it's kind of harmless loser fun that I'll do to entertain myself. I'll just make fake shit and slap like a company's logo on it. But that's kind of what it's turned into now. But like, I like the other day I photoshopped like a really big yacht, like 1,000-foot long yacht. And I called it the instead of the House of Saud, the royal Saudi family, I called it the Boat of Saud. So BOS, like boss. It's like it's 2,000 feet long, which is twice the length of an aircraft carrier. And I was like, and it can land private jets on it. So now they don't even have to like interact with like, you know, the lower class. And I saw it cross-posted to the subreddit. I saw it cross-posted to our socialism. It was like personal wealth is out of hand. Why do people need personal aircraft carriers? And I was like, and so yeah, that's
Jesus.
really no logic. There's no meaning to that story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just something that's happened.
Yeah, just another event. Eventually, it's all gonna cave back in on itself.
Yeah, always does.
Like my life. Yeah, man. Well, I'm kind of out of shit to talk about.
Yeah, I'm kind of running out right now.
Yeah. Well, shit. Let's not force it then. You want to call it?
What we got on our time right now? An hour and 10.
I'm not doing anything. I don't give a shit. Nor do I care about the quality of this podcast. That's why I set it up the way I did. So there's no like, oh, we're getting off topic. I don't give a shit, dude. I don't give a fuck.
I don't think we didn't really have a topic at all to begin with.
There's no topic, and yeah, I don't care if there's. I don't know. I just wanted to see what would happen talking to people.
Yeah.
I mean, that's literally how the Joe Rogan Experience started. If you go to the first episode, they're sitting on a couch smoking pot. They're just talking about bullshit. So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's call it, and then we can reconvene at a later date.
You should, man. Like I said, I'm gonna have Madison tomorrow. I'm gonna have Kellen and Cal. Yeah, I'm sure. If you can think of anyone that would want to do it, that wouldn't give a fuck, that like, hey, there's nothing in it for you. I don't have a million subscribers. You can't pitch anything. You can plug it all you want. I'm the only one getting the notifications. But dude, if you can think of anyone that would want to do it, let me. Because I mean, I can talk to anyone about anything. I never shut the fuck up, as you already know. Yeah, I kind of just want to talk to anyone. Literally just want to record it. Just trying to find interesting people. Yeah. And not interesting in like, hey, I was in the Olympics. I mean, like, hey, this is my friend, and he put a Hot Wheel in his ass. Like, I'll talk to that guy. So
yeah, I can. I'll definitely shoot some people over if I think of anybody.
Yeah, man. If anyone funny, anyone with a goofy story, whatever, man. Just I don't give a fuck. I just want to do it. Then I tell them that fuck, you can do an hour, you can do 5 hours. I don't care.
Cool. Well, that sounds good to me, man.
All right, big man.
All right, buddy. Peace.
Godspeed. All right, dog.